everybody, this is Amanda. This is my very first video for this series. This is my real life on a low income. As the holiday season rears around the corner, we know what's coming. We know it's going to be Thanksgiving and then it's going to be Christmas. So I'm going to ask you a few questions at the end of this video, and I want you to pay attention specifically to the items that I'm looking at and the prices. As a low-income parent of two boys, one who is almost 10 and the other one who is 13, I have come to realize that I have spent a lot of time, effort, and moments of absolute sheer anxiety and unfortunate mental trauma trying to figure out how I'm going to successfully buy them gifts for Christmas. And honestly, I've learned a little trick, and I hope that you take this into consideration. Even if you have small children, make the reasonable expectation work for you. Sit down, make a list, check it twice. Make sure that you're making a list with your kids. This is what the reasonable expectation is. I might not be able to afford this gift of $60 over and over and over again. There might not be 10 gifts apiece under the tree, but you get to choose exactly how that expectation works for you and your family. Maybe you sit down with your kids and say, these are some items that I think, are reasonable, and I want you to pick out some of your favorites. Maybe you ask them, what is one big thing that you want and a couple of small things that you want? Have them make a list, cut out the picture like we did in the 90s, and make the list, check it twice. Go to the store ahead of time. Don't wait until the last minute to check out prices in your area. And remember, I myself only have a certain budget for each kid. So I have a kid that is autistic. He is 13 years old and he loves to take things apart and put things back together. He has always had a fascination with this, and therefore Legos have always been a really good gift for him because the present is not destroyed at the end of the day. So, as Lego prices have doubled, I realized that I need to make the reasonable expectation that there might be one Lego kit, there might be something else that he wants that's large, and maybe a few other small things. When it comes to buying gifts for this season, remember, there's going to be sales all over. Cyber Monday, Black Friday, there's going to be coupons, there's going to be lots and lots of options. There are other stores like Ross, TJ Maxx. There are other options as well. You can always, if you are on such a low income that you are really struggling, there are always gift trees out there or Toys for Tots, programs like that that can help you get gifts for your kids. If you have watched my channel long enough to know that I used to do tons of budgeting on this channel, and we talked about all things finance on a low income, and on holidays like this, I would always make an expectation that I only have a certain amount of money to spend on each individual person, and most of the money would go to kids. These kits, I think, are more for adults than they are for kids. However, they're super neat, but I don't think I would spend $50 to $110 on these. It is out of my price range and unreasonable. $110 can be a whole day of door dashing for me. The next is going to be super important. These gifts are unrealistic for my price range. I'm not going to be able to buy iPads. I'm not going to be able to buy iPad accessories. I'm not going to be able to walk over here to the Apple Watch section, buy myself a watch, my kid a watch. I'm not going to be able to buy an Apple Pencil to go with one of these iPads over here. However, I do have a little bit of a twist. I have gamers in my household. Yes, my husband games, my kids game, and I have to make reasonable expectations with both of my boys, 10 and 13, that this is not something that is a small gift. This is maybe you only get one. If you're going to get a system, maybe it's only one. And maybe you don't get the system during this time of the year. Maybe you have to wait for your birthday. Birthday and Christmas are the only times of year I buy big gifts. These games have gone up quite a bit. They used to be $45 to $60. Now they're $60 to $75, and you too can wait for deals on those as well. I don't put any of these things on a line of credit. I don't do layaway, and things like this that are $600 are just totally out of my range, and that's okay. I think another thing that we need to talk about is something absolutely important. We're going to talk about big families. We're going to talk about big families and expectations. When you have a big family, maybe it's time for you to draw names and you guys are going to pick one person each that you're going to buy for, and maybe a small gift for each and every child. Maybe you're not going to pull names and you're not going to buy a whole lot of gifts for kids, because really this season right now is about kids getting gifts. It's really what it is. And maybe you're going to home make gifts. Maybe you're going to do a white elephant exchange. If you don't know what that is, it's where you buy a present and you guys do a gift exchange, and whoever wins that gift at the end gets to keep it. Maybe you are in such a dire need to make sure that each and every person knows that you care, love, and cherish them, and you want to give them a gift. Your gift of your presence is enough. It's enough. Adults don't need a gift under the tree every single year, because it's not about that. Spending time together is going to be something that you remember. 10 years from now, are you going to remember that sweater that you bought somebody? Are they going to remember that you bought them that sweater? I don't know, because I have been gifted a lot of things, and when I slept in my car for 11 months and I was homeless, I realized that gifts and things were just that. They are things. Things are things, and you can always get more things. So if you are in the gift giving season, think about things like kids don't know any different because they're kids. They see what other kids do. They want to do what other kids are doing, and they want to get gifts. Let's talk about food. Food is really super important. Food is very expensive. Look at the price of that turkey. Oh no, and this one too. I wasn't expecting this. Oh no. And that one as well. Yep. Food cost has doubled, tripled since the last season. So it's time to look at other meats, and it's time to talk about reasonable expectations for food. So these roasts are really expensive, and they're not that much. And if you have a big family, or you're getting a get together and you're going to eat together, make sure that you do a potluck. People get together. They talk about who's bringing what. And it's okay to use alternative meats, and we'll go to the pork section and I'll show you that as well. Also remember, with food, try to make everything yourself, homemade. Don't go buying things that are absolutely ridiculously priced to try to drum up a meal. Things that you can definitely do to help are to stay away from pre-made things. Don't go getting party trays. Don't go getting trays like these. You can make these yourself. Before I let you go, my question is, what are you going to do differently this year from last year? And as always, do what you can with what you got, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.